Hi, this is Topper Chef. Today we're going to make Vindaloo sauce. Now, everybody is mistaken about the name of Vindaloo. Basically, Vindaloo is a Portuguese kind of dish. Came from the Portuguese. The word goes vinha de alu means anything which is prepared in rice wine vinegar with with lot of garlic. So when they used to travel on the ships, they used to load a lot of meats with this preparation, and then the Indians started adding chilies to it. So basically, it's called Vindaloo, and the Goans make Vindaloo with pork, which actually gets the flavor right through the meat with the vinegar and the chilies. So traditionally for the Vindaloo, we use Indian chilies, which are called Kashmiri chilies, which almost look similar to the arbol chilies, which we get in the Mexican store or our market here. Okay, so now we're going to use in this sauce. I'm going to replicate something like the adobo sauce, and of course a lot of Indian spices, which will end up making this vindaloo a bit different with a lot of color. And the reason I'm using these three different chilies is because of their different flavors in this. Now the arbol chili is the spiciest, and you got to use lot of those chilies. Now this guajillo, which is actually when it's raw form, it's raw form. It is called the mirasol chili, and then it is smoked. It's got a very berry flavor to it, and it's got a nice smoky flavor to it. So it ends up making it sweet. Now this one, which is the ancho, as you can see, it is a dried form of a poblano chili. And what this does is, once it is soaked, it doesn't give it very spiciness. It again gives that smoky flavor to the whole sauce. So along with all the other spices, ginger, garlic, and everything, I'm definite this is my recipe, my mother's recipe for a good, nice vindaloo sauce. This is Topper Chef. Today we are going to make the vindaloo sauce, and we are also going to use this vindaloo sauce to make pork vindaloo. So, as we discussed before, this are all the chilies that we're going to use for this. Then this is the ginger, which we are going to chop very finely, and one whole part of garlic. This whole thing of garlic with peppercorn, which is half a tablespoon of peppercorn, 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, 2 teaspoon of coriander seeds, 1 teaspoon of cumin, one small of cinnamon, and these are the cloves which we're going to use. This will all be all for as a ground spice, as a dry spice, and this is for the wet spice. Okay, so now this is what we're gonna do with this chilies. We're gonna dry roast them really well, and then soak them in water, so it really blends well. My whole concept of making sauces, like I said, like the French sauces, they have to be smooth, and that's the whole reason of doing this. And I'm going to soak this thing in water and then blend it with ginger and garlic. Okay, so now you can see it is on its own. The chilies are nice and warm and toasted, and they move by themselves, and I can feel the fragrance of it. You don't want to keep it for long now, because then your sauce is going to turn black. So I'm going to turn this, enough heat in the pan. I'm going to turn this off. Oh, I can see. Can you see the smoke? You can see it. And this is when I'm going to immerse my chili, especially this one, in water. Here's my water, this big one. Soak it in this. There you go. And along with this one too. Reason for this is I'm going to use this water to make a smooth chili paste. Topper Chef again. Now we are the continuation of doing the Vindaloo. We just toasted the chilies and it's really hot. Here we can feel the smoky flavor. Since my pan is nice and hot, I'm gonna toast all my spices also. This is called dry roasting or dry toasting of the spices. Just move it around a little bit. Let the flavors come out, let the oils come out. And you get an aroma of all the spices. Now I can actually smell the coriander. This is the peppercorn. And this is the mustard seeds too. So all my dry spices are toasted, and which I'm going to just put it in a coffee grinder and grind it. Okay, so now I chopped my ginger and garlic and I poured it in the blender. While I was doing that, I realized that I hadn't cleaned my chilies good. You gotta open this up and peel this stem of it. Otherwise, all that flavor will go into that. And it's a very bad kind of flavor which goes into that. So we need only the skin of this pepper, and same thing with this. If you want the chilies, if you want the small parts, it's okay, but you got to clean this up properly for it to go inside there to make a smooth paste. Now with all this juice, start blending now. Now the chili paste along with the ginger and garlic has been blended very well, and I like the taste. It's kind of spicy, so we gonna like the dish is Vindaloo, so we have to add some vinegar into this. So this is cider vinegar. I'm gonna add about 3 tablespoons of vinegar in this and blend this right now. Okay, so now this is the addition to the Vindaloo, the dry spices which I'm toasting, which I'm just dry grinding in the coffee grinder. As you can see, this is now just a powder of all the peppercorn and all the spices. This is Topper Chef. We're gonna make the pork Vindaloo now. This whole recipe is about Vindaloo, and this is what we're gonna do with the pork Vindaloo. So this is 1 kilograms of pork. To this, I'm gonna add, this is for the marinade, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of salt, and then 3 tablespoons of vinegar. Like I said, Vindaloo. It has to have vinegar and garlic, but to that we add a lot of chili powder. So that's the vinegar. Just mix it and let it sit down for at least 2 hours. Okay, Topper Chef back again here with our finishing of our Vindaloo sauce. So we blended all this together, as you can see here, along with this blend of spices which we ground. And when you add and mix this together, that's basically what our Vindaloo sauce, raw consistency of Vindaloo sauce is going to be. Now you can store this, mix it together, store this in an 8-ounce jar, and keep it for anything you want to use with. Topper Chef back again here. We are starting to make our pork Vindaloo. Now, always have a hot pan. Get it really hot. And then we're going to add at least 4 tablespoons of olive oil. Now remember, my pork is not very fatty. Some people like pork with skin and everything. It's not very fatty here. And it's cut about 1-inch pieces, which we are going to brown now in this oil. This was the same pork which was marinated for 2 hours with just salt, turmeric, and vinegar. And drained out all the vinegar and everything. And now I'm going to saute this in my pan. As you can hear, already nice and hot. You want to brown it really good. Sit there. Now all we are doing is browning it and reducing it a little bit. So now we can, after that, I'm gonna, at least for two minutes, I'm gonna brown this on real high heat as it's leaving the water. And that's the vinegar and the salt coming out from the pork, as you can see. Okay, so now, as you can see, we're trying browning our pork up. It's giving a nice flavor. It's nice smell. And reduce a little bit. So this is where I'm going to add all my dry spices to it. And again, brown it good. You want to toast the spices in this. You can already get the smoky flavor of all the coriander, the cumin. So that absorb some of the spices in the core of the meat. Okay, after 2 minutes of putting the spices and grinding it well, I'm going to add my onion paste. Like I said, other places they put onion paste which is red onions. This is white onion, so it's not going to be all that spicy here. Okay, we're going to mix this onion paste well. Get that flavor. Our onion paste is already cooked, so we don't want to, we just want to mix it well so it can absorb all the spices. Okay, to this we're going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. Remember, we already added salt before, so be careful on the salt. And stir it a little bit again. And this is where, after a minute, I'm going to add my chili paste. Now to this, I'm going to add my chili paste and little water. Let's mix this first. Okay, so now we added the chili paste. The vinegar is all fine, everything's there. The salt is there. Now, all I'm gonna do is put some water in the leftover jar. And so don't waste anything. It's 1 cup of water. Put in this. And what I'm gonna do is now just let it simmer closed for at least half an hour till the pork is really cooked well. There you go. This is Topper Chef back again, and now we're opening the lid for the chicken vindaloo after half an hour. Oh my god, it's nice and red. That's how it's supposed to be, but I like it soupier, but you can make it. I should have put another maybe half a pound of meat in this. This is how it is ready with all the spices and everything, and now we're gonna taste it. Looks good to me. It's all cooked.